Hello everybody, welcome to Alternative Interactions, my new YouTube channel that I will be developing over the coming period with collaborations from people like Richard Cardinal. Welcome. Please like, subscribe and share my channel, as well as Richard, and in the future perhaps others that I do content with. Looking forward to it. Now, today I wanted to talk about AI briefly. I see that there's I think it's Grok 3 has now come up, and honestly, Grok 3 it's the third incarnation of an AI system that's been punted onto us. It strikes me a bit like a car maker who's got a Mark 1 of a certain model, a Mark 2 and a Mark 3. They've both been changed and upgraded and updated by man. Now, AI is meant to be all-encompassing, aware of itself, being able to change itself and grow and develop as an intelligence that's artificial. And yet we don't see evidence of that here. What we see is evidence of Musk or whoever it is. It could be any kind of AI, to be fair, being meddled with by man to upgrade it. And for me, that's a red flag. I'm sorry, but I just don't agree that we have a true AI system that's being developed currently to this level in which it's punted at. I think we have a very, very clever system where we have supercomputers, if that's the way you want to call it, that are in sync, that search and scan the web, or what's left of the web, for data and information, and via algorithms and the such like that they use, all the data, they then produce an answer so quickly from so many different platforms that it baffles us. But what is also noticeable about AI, and I have to say, I have avoided it like the plague. I'm not interested in any way, shape or form. I'm tech retarded. When it comes to technology, I'm always needing help from my son and anyone else around, because I just don't resonate with it. I use it because it's a tool and nothing more. So with the AI, we see that the AI has actually got algorithms in it that will and have been proven by other content creators to produce false information, a narrative. So again, this is another kind of system that we cannot trust to give us content that is not being censored or changed for the program as such. So as far as I'm concerned, AI in its current form as we're showing it, as we interact with knowingly, is not AI. Now, there's a reason why I also strongly feel this way, and that's because I, from my research looking at the double slit experiment, how atoms work when they're observed and not, fluid dynamics, and also neutrinos. They're all connected, and I'll go into that in far more detail in the future, but via a layman's understanding. I'm not a scientist. I haven't got any kind of medical or scientific or any other kind of training. I'm autodidactic, dyslexic, and so what I see and observe that makes sense to me over the years of my looking into stuff, I've been able to put some of the jigsaw pieces together, and I believe have an understanding of the way certain things work or don't. So I firmly feel currently, and obviously everything that we learn is fluid. I'm not fixed in any way of that this is how it is and this is how it will be and it can't change. as I've gone on this journey, I've realised that you learn a little bit, and then you realise there's so much more you don't know, and then you learn a little bit more, and then you learn a little bit more, and then it opens up another door and another door and another door. And so there's always something else to learn, and there's always something else to understand, and then put into context of what you've learnt previously. And I'm babbling. So we live in a toroidal field of consciousness, an electromagnetic toroidal field, which is fundamentally, as in the film The Matrix, how it works, or very similar to. So we can also look at other television or films like Star Trek, and Star Trek within the spacecraft has something called the holodeck. And the holodeck was a simulation where it would create a scenario, and that person could then go into that holodeck and have a real physical experience of what they wanted. So, for instance, rock climbing. I can remember seeing years ago a clip where one of the captain or crew or whoever it was on Star Trek was climbing up a rock face, and they then got called. They had all the jeopardy, all the sensation of being up on that rock face. They were called, and when it stopped and they finished it, there he was standing on the floor inside an empty room, because it had been holographically created via atoms making the sensation of a reality, which goes to the double slit experiment. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I have a Telegram channel with the same name, Alternative Interactions, and on this Telegram channel, because it's uncensored, I'm able to post videos and content that explains this, and there's also comment options where you can ask questions and interact, should you wish to. But my Telegram channel is a wealth of information and videos that I feel will help the understanding of what I'm saying, and in the future I will go into this in far more detail. But we live in a holographic realm, a toroidal field of consciousness. We are fundamentally immortal beings being projected into a scenario very similar to Avatar. So in Avatar we have, I think the character was Sam, and he goes into a pod, and he goes into a body, and he has all the sensations, all the feelings of the reality in which he's in, but it's a different reality, because he's then able to move around in this new world as one of those. Now, if you can imagine during the birth process, when we're birthed via the language of the Admiralty, we're birthed, we then forget our immortality and our longevity, and that we are divine immortal beings. And a divine immortal being cannot grow. You're stuck. There comes to a point where you get bored. And so what better way to spiritually grow and experience than to go into a, for want of word, computer game where you can experience, without memory of who you were, a new reality of fear, love, lust, greed, joy, happiness, pleasure, everything. But you're an immortal. You're not immortal, anymore. You're mortal. And so there is the fear of death, and there is and there is pain via the way the body works. And again, in the future, I'm quite happy to go into all this again. But our realm, we'll call it a realm for ease, the Matrix, is, I believe, AI controlled, a true AI. This AI that runs our realm would not allow another AI to come in challenge it, realise that there is another AI within the AI, and so cause problems. And I believe we have resets in history, many resets in history, of civilizations that just crashed and were wiped out. And I think it's very probable, if not likely, that these civilizations got to a level of technology where the AI was about to come out in reality, and was destroyed. That society was destroyed, those people were destroyed, there was a reset pushing the people back technologically 100, 200 years, and then the cycle then starts all over again. For those who are unsure of what I'm saying about resets, Jason of Archaics, with his Phoenix data, which actually comports to a lot of my research previously before I found him, I think has nailed it. I don't agree with everything Jason says or what he does, but certainly his Phoenix work is without question. I'm firmly on board with that, with the mud flood events and what history we can glean. So there we are. We're in a AI construct, a realm, a matrix, and there's no way another AI is going to be allowed to be developed that could challenge that AI. So in the future I will go into this in greater detail and provide more evidence and proof. But I just wanted to say that I do not believe that the AI sold to us currently by our peers, our mortal friends inside this matrix realm, can produce and will ever be allowed to produce true AI. So thank you very much for listening. Have a lovely day, blessings, and I'll catch up with you all later. Thank you very much. Bye.